Bonjour à tout le monde, ko JP nizere ko mukomeye ndabaramutsa bivanye n'amasaha muriko aho muherereye nizere yuko Imana ibaha kandi karyo ikaguhaye rero gakoreshe ugakoreshe neza mu mahoro ntihagire ubabaza ntihagire ugora kubera muri no mwanya tugiye kuvuga abantu bagorana cyane abantu b'abagabo bafata abagore ku nguvu. It's saddening and reka mvuge terme ntakunda gukoresha birashisha biranateye n'isoni. Alors on va parler de la violence. Murabona umukobwa hano mubona yitwa Fatou Tufa no muri Gambia yabaye violé n'umukuru w'igihugu cya Gambia. Muti vyagenze gute? Nivyo mukanya nshanza kubabwira. Ariko rero gira subscribe mukanya turi kumwe. Ikiganiro kiraba kirekire ariko birakenewe cyane yuko mu vyumva ingene vyagenze. Umwana w'umukobwa yarakeneye kwiberaho yari yaronse amahirwe y'ukuronka bourse yatsindiye eka byose byagenze uko byateza kugenda ariko byarangiye ahunze igihugu none munsi yirirwa aravuga les conséquences zaba nyinshi. Reka tugaruke tuje muri byo mbabwira. Murakoze cyane. Reka rero mwumviriza aka kantu imbere yuko mbandanya hama tugaruke kurika tuyiyumvirize tuyidiseke ndashobora gusubira mu Kirundi kuko iri mu Cyongereza mugabo muyumvirize jusqu'à la fin kuko we need to learn from this. Hari ibintu byinshi dukeneye kwigisha abana bacu, dukeneye guhindura ingene abahungu bigishwa, dukiye guhindura ingene abakobwa bigishwa ariko abahungu gose parce que kenshi turakunda kuvuga ngo il faut protéger les filles, il faut protéger les femmes. Alors que twebwe abagabo ari twebwe tuoffense abagore n'abagabo. Surtout mu byerekeye viol. Novuga ngo you are protecting your ngo ndikora protéger kandi ari wewe. Nk'umu president w'igihugu qui devait protéger abanyagihugu biwe. Niwe nyene yabazana ku kirimba akabanigiraho. Reka mwumvirize aka kantu k'uyu muntu.
Cyambayeho kibabaje ikintu cyambayeho kibabaje bamfashe ku nguvu umusore twamenyanye igihe kitari gitoya and then arantereta ariko ntibyakunda kuko nari mfite boyfriend. Ageze igihe ararwara twari inshuti arabimbwira ansaba ko nzamusura then ndavuga umuntu arwaye kumusura nta kibazo njyayo ngeze nsanga ari wenyine ariko yabaga iwabo ngeze nsanga ari wenyine ndamwasa abandi barihe ngo bagiye ndavuga okay never mind noneho anzanira fanta ndayinywa cika intege ubwo byakurikiyeho nawe urabyumva
gufata ku nguvu.
Yeah.
Ubu muracyavugana?
Ntabwo tuvugana sinzi yabo.
Siko nanjye mise numva na muri ngiye se nazi.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Ikintu cyamba
So murabonye uwo mubabaro umukobwa agize aho agiye akicurikira
ibigumbagumba numumenyesha
bayeho kibabaje bamfashe ku nguvu umusore twamenyanye igihe kitari gitoya and then arantereta ariko ntibyakunda kuko nari mfite boyfriend. Ageze igihe ararwara twari inshuti arabimbwira ansaba ko nzamusura then ndavuga umuntu arwaye kumusura nta kibazo njyayo ngeze nsanga ari wenyine ariko yabaga iwabo ngeze nsanga ari wenyine ndamwasa abandi barihe ngo bagiye ndavuga okay never mind noneho anzanira fanta ndayinywa cika intege ubwo byakurikiyeho nawe urabyumva
gufata ku nguvu
yeah
muracyavugana
ntabwo tuvugana sinzi yabo
siko nanjye mise numva na muri ngiye se nazi
it's okay
yeah
wala murabona ko yicurikiye bibabaje n'ubuzima bwiwe aharebura nahindutse alors kenshi murazi ko badakunda kubivuga pourquoi batabivuga icyo ni kibazo dukunda kwibaza kandi gifata abantu babagabo babikoze babahungu bikabashira ku rundi rwego bakabona ko nejo bashobora kubikora rero nk'uyu mukobwa bivuze konsekanse ni nyinshi abantu bose barabimenye no kugira zoronga umugabo ni kibazo no kuvuga ko ni gikomeye cyane gikomeye vraiment kwigisha abantu consentement surtout abantu b'abahungu birakenewe turabinegrija onodora ibintu bya masculinité mugabo ugasanga ni bibazo barakubwira yuko une fille sur 4 aba violée kuri isi no kuvuga ni benshi mu bantu 40 nuvuga ko ari mu bantu 10 mu bantu 400 ni jana umva n'abantu benshi biciye ubuzima completely kuko n'uyu mukobwa mubona ngaha baba bamwiciye ubuzima reka rero tugende kuwo twari ko turavuga ni ibintu bibabaje birababaje cyane gose alors tuvuge yuko rero uyu munyarwandakazi Imana yamufasha agashobora kubirengera byo bari byiza rero tubiravye mu majambo make iki cyaha ntigihera iyo wagikoze ushaka uri umutama ushaka waranapfuye bashaka gucira urubanza ivyo ifoko mu bimenya c'est important kuko iyo urubanza rumeze gutyo abantu bakaruvyura rurapasa uyu mukobwa rero nivyo yakoze uyu mukobwa yararupasishije ubu agomba yuko president wa Gambia Yaya Jammeh afatwa aha rero ngenda bumvishe kimwe ku kindi tugenda turabiyaga kugira mwumve iyo ariko arakora n'ingene ivyo ariko arakora ni hari ko arakorera hariho bear with me
for girls so they can go.
Okay. Waji.
This is Democracy Now! I'm Amy Goodman with Nermeen Sheikh.
We turn now to Gambia, where an ongoing Public Truth and Reconciliation Commission is investigating the atrocities of former President Yaya Jammeh, who ruled the West African country of 2 million people for 22 years before his regime ended in 2017. During the hearings, members of Jammeh's death squad have admitted to killing migrants, journalists and civilians during the president's reign. Survivors of the regime have also testified during the hearings, which have been live-streamed across the country. The investigation is part of an ongoing process to reckon with the horrors committed during Jammeh's rule, including killing and disappearing hundreds of people, torture, unjustified jailings, and sexual violence against women and girls.
Rero uyu president mwamuhejeje kubona no president wa Gambia yitwa Yaya Jammeh baramukuye muri 2017 mu ma election yaratsinzwe abantu bari bakimukunda hama yarafise equipe y'abakobwa iri kuri pare iza nabandi bakobwa ugasanga we ariko arabihereza ku nguvu n'uyu mukobwa rero niwe ivyo byamushikiye mu ntango ya harabaye ihiganwa ryorganizwa na la présidence ndiko ndababwira ingene byagenze hanyuma iryo higanwa ryorganizwa na présidence mu banyeshuri baje habayemo 22 bashitse muri finale uzotsinda agacaronka bourse yo kuja kwiga mu mahanga ahashaka hose rero aho hantu niho byari byugariye hanyuma umunsi umwe president aremvita ababaye abambere kugira abahako gashimwe abajana mu kirimba ico bita State House hanyuma aba impanuro arababwira nyine nk'umuvyeyi kuko bangana n'abana biwe afise abana bangana bafite imyaka 18 kuko uyu mukobwa mubona yari afite imyaka 18 niwe yabaye wa mbere. Hanyuma rero ico gihe aragenda arashikayo aramubwira ati urazana projet yawe rero tuyifinance genda uyandike neza. Umukobwa arasubira arayitwara Yaya Jammeh arayikunda hama aramubwira ati tuzokuronderera amahera mugabo hakaba ariho umugore ngo w'inshuti ya Yaya Jammeh yari muri protocole basohotse hanze umwana atashe acamuha amahera atari make mugabo amubwira ati aya saya projet aya nuko waje ngaha correct. Hanyuma mu nyuma haraba umunsi mukuru kuri pare aragenda bigenda neza yari kumwe n'abandi arataha. Uwundi munsi rero acambwira ati zana ya projet aza wenyene bagira meeting na president bari babiri niho yamubwira ati uri umukobwa ciye ubwenge iyi projet ni nziza ati nzokurongora. Umwana afite imyaka 18 inosama arakanguka aramubwira ati oyaye je nshaka kwiga kujya mwatwe ko tuzoja kwiga reka je ngende kwiga ivyo je sindimwo. Inosama sans savoir yuko ariko yankira umuntu afite ingufu nyinshi kandi we ntigeze abona uwo mukobwa ntigeze abona ivyo bintu. Hanyuma umukobwa arataha mugabo amubwira ati genda uvyiyumvira. Uwundi munsi haba evenement aziko byaheze asubirayo niho rero bamushikana muri chambre bamubwira yuko umunsi mukuru kubera hanze president agira sohoke adashobora gushikayo kuko yatevye kuko bamutoye yatevye naza ko bamwistaye bacu bamushira muri salle d'attente ahantu kumbe president de la République yari mu kindi cyumba basohotse azabona cha kigabo kiraje ibintu biba nabi aramupfuna bufuni na buhoro aramukubita then arakora ayo mabi ya viol. Uyu mukobwa rero ni yari ko aravuga kandi avuga ati nzomushira hasi to utarekana zomushira hasi kuko arashigikiwe n'ibihugu n'abantu nukuri ariko arakora ibishoboka. Ivyo byabaye muri 2015 afite 18 ans nukuvuga kuno munsi afite 28 ans. Inguvu ziriho, she's going to fight and she will win. I want to say something ku bantu bamwe bibaza ko ibi bintu bihera. Ibi bintu ntibihera. C'est-à-dire nabisubiyemwo iyo bashatse kugufata urafatwa urafunga bakagushira ndani bakagucira urubanza naho wabura umutama byitwa ngo byaraheze. Kandi I urge people to believe these women and these girls. Iyo batanze testimony apana ko muvuga ngo ngira aramubesheye ngo aramuprovoze. None we kushaka kugenda wambaye tambaye ishati n'undi ashaka kwambara uko ashaka ese kuki umusimbirako? No. Niho cyo gituma tukwiye kwigisha abana bacu kuba abantu bashishoza baraba biyumvira abahungu surtout. Ibintu byo kuvuga ngo abakobwa ngo yamuprovoze arrête. Quel pourcentage bishobora kuba? Très minime, insignifiant, même zéro. Twe tuvuga ngo nitwe duproteja abakobwa abagore bacu mais nitwe tubonona. C'est ça. Rero reka tuje kuri uyu mukobwa rero twumva ivyo avuga.
But the perpetrators of this violence have never been brought to justice, including Jammeh himself, who fled to Equatorial Guinea in 2017 after losing the 2016 presidential election. He refused to cede power for weeks before leaders in the region helped arrange his exile.
Among those demanding Jammeh be tried in criminal court for his crimes is a Gambian beauty queen who says the president raped her when she was 18. Fatou Jallow, known as Tufa, has become a leading voice against the former president. In this Human Rights Watch video, she tells her story.
I can't wait to face Yaya Jammeh. I was 18 years old when he raped me in 2015.
mu bihumbi 2015
the last 4 years wanted to erase
byamufashe imyaka ine yanyigera yibaza yuko atacabaye ko ubuzima bumeze neza
He's no longer the president. My
ntakiri mu
family is
perezida
fine.
umuryango wacu umeze neza
That's
reka
pretty
mvuge
easy,
yuko
right?
atacabaye ako
I wish that is
nifuza ko byari kuba ari
what
uko
it was.
ariko si uko aha berekana aho yariko araronka agashimwe
Pageant is a competition of women empowerment. So the messaging behind it was to empower women, to give them a platform to compete and talk about issues that affects their communities, and also have a scholarship for girls so they can go and study abroad and come back to the country and contribute.
And the winner is Fatou Jallow from Gambia College.
I was so proud of myself. I am a crowned queen, right?
so murabona ngaha ahejeje gutsinda araryohewe ari proud of herself ibintu byose biriko biragenda neza ubu abona yuko agiye kwiga mu mahanga afite imyaka 18 n'umwana mutonya ariko ikijyanye a lion amurindiriye in the corner kugira akora ivyo bintu rero ikibabaje nuko abantu bakora n'ivyo bintu babona in position ya power. When you have a position wibaza ko byose tout est permis. No, tout n'est pas permis. Abutwara ubatora mwumwe ukamumerera nabi abo wigisha ugatora mwumwe mwibuke nka Miss Rwanda ibintu byabaye murabizi barayihagaritse abigisha mu Burundi kera waruza wumva ngo abangogo habaye ibi utampaye ntumenya nivyo byose ni viole tout ça si ibintu uvuga ngo ni ibintu byiza nta nagato nubwo umukobwa yomenya aba yatakaje ubuzima aba yatakaje icyizere tubandanye.
And I'm going to study abroad. My first time meeting the ex-president was in 2014, towards the end of the
aha rero bavuga yuko mu mpera ariho yaciye agenda rero kubona n'umukuru w'igihugu urabona reka ndabereka ifoto bari kumwe ujya ni Yaya Jammeh we yambaye ibintu vyera ujya nawe ni wa mukobwa yatsinda afite imyaka 18 president avuga yuko azogira umugore wiwe ego dawe hari mu gihugu cy'abana n'igihugu cy'abamizurima mugabo yanse aranse mais parce que yari umukuru w'igihugu biragoye.
After the pageant, we were invited to the State House.
Jammeh used state channels to pressure women to visit him and work for him. He abused many of them. He began.
So Yaya Jammeh used state channel to press women to visit him and to work for him. He abused many of them. Nukuvuga ko abamukorera nabo nyene bari memsa chokimwe. He began reaching out to Tufa Uyuye, claiming an interest in her community service project. Ni nababariya project nababarira we yamubwira yuko ayishima cyane kandi agiye kumufasha ariko ntibyari byo.
Counted Tufa claiming an interest in her community service project.
One day he asked that he wanted to marry me, but I told him I'm not planning to. I don't want to get married. I want to go and study. That's the reason why I got into this pageant.
A few weeks later, Jammeh invited Tufa back to the State House.
In his eyes, all I saw was just a sense of anger at the fact that I would have the audacity somehow to say no to him.
aha rero ni ahantu mukwiye kumenyera iyo umwana ubona ariko aratera imbere she's doing good abantu bose they are praising that child hashobora kuza umuntu agakora amafuti agakora amakosa nk'uyu mu president abavyeyi biwe b'uyu mukobwa bari baryohewe babona yuko agendera muri presidence babona yuko yaronse the platform mu Rwanda n'abakobwa benshi bavuye muri Miss barabivamo. Hariyo pressure kuko ijya ni marché pour de jeunes filles très belles même bari talentueuses ugasanga baci batangura kuja mu bantu b'abakuru bafise mind iri crooked bivuga yuko uba bagushiza ahantu mu bantu b'abaryanye. Alors ko umupresident atuma ku mwana n'abavyeyi baramubwira ati genda kwa president ariko ntibazi biriko biraba kuko nigeze bivuga.
He did what he wanted to do, and I was screaming, and at some point I couldn't hear my scream anymore. And he told me no one is gonna hear me anyways. Well, I'm gonna say this story again, and I'm gonna own this story.
She said, I'm going to say this story again. I'm going to own this story. Kuko ni gwiwe yarababaye azobivuga asubire. Il faut l'encourager. Je l'admire beaucoup parce qu'elle a pu parler. Hari abantu benshi cyane batavuga, benshi babayeho nabi, benshi cyane badashobora no kubaka inzu ngo zabo kubera ibikomere byo gufatwa ku nguvu bafise. Abapfasoni bari mu rugo bafise abana batanu mugabo babayeho nabi kubera kahise k'abantu babafashe ku nguvu. Il faut que ça s'arrête. Stop, stop, stop. Please.
Decided to tell her story to the Gambian Truth, Reconciliation and Reparations Commission. The commission can recommend that Jammeh be prosecuted.
My justice, most importantly, includes a whole system change so that we can prosecute these men, have our day in court. Nobody discusses rape. And yes, I am scared. I am scared. But I want the next person after me to be a little less scared than me.
Murumva ko afise ubwoba kuko Yaya Jammeh nabwo yavuyeho abafise connection nininya. Urumva mugaka akavuga ati jewe ndabivuga nzomuzana mu butungane kugira ejo uwundi azokurikira ntazagira ubwoba. Mumva ko n'umuhizi c'est du courage. Kuko benshi ntibavuga ibyo nguma ndakigarura. Arrêtez abakobwa muvuge. Ndashira hariho n'ukuntu mushobora kubikora. Ndashobora gushira nk'inimero yanje hamusi. You send your testimony sans toutefois kuvuga izina mugabo ukavuga kugira bikuvemwo. Hama tukabisharinga abantu bakavuga bakakwankuraja kuko birababaje kubaho uzi ko wagiriwe nabi kandi ashobora kuvuga. Wafumuvuga kwanza dans l'anonymat peut-être. So I will put my number down. If you have your story, send it to me. Then we'll see what we can do.
That's Fatou Jallow, known as Tufa. 2 other women have also come forward to accuse the former president of Gambia of rape and sexual assault. Human Rights Watch says Yahya Jammeh, quote, hand-picked women and girls to rape or sexually assault while president, requiring so-called protocol girls to be on call for sex. He denies the claims. Well, Tufe joins us now in our New York studio.
Ikintu rero cyambabaje muri histoire, umukobwa niwe yaje gutora uyu mwana amushira president. Une fille. Ako kantu karababaje. Kandi cette fille savait ce qui se passait. Murumva ko umuntu qui relayait cette fille au président, c'est une autre femme. Est-ce que nawe baramuhenze? Est-ce que nawe yibaza ko azogira mariage na président? Peut-être. Cyangwa nawe yakurikiza itegeko. Mugabo ko biri kose c'était difficile. Ko mukobwa abaho facilement.
With attorney Reed Brody of Human Rights Watch, who's currently leading the prosecution of the former Gambian dictator, Yahya Jammeh. We welcome you both to Democracy Now! Tufa, your bravery is, is unbelievable what you went through. We didn't want you to have to describe this again, your assault, but this is only a part of the story. You then had to escape from Gambia. Explain what happened next.
Thank you for having me. Leaving the country was very prompt. It happened a week after the incident, and because I received a call again from a protocol officer to go back to some event, and I realized that it's not a life I would want to live, to be just called and picked up by the president at any time that he wanted. I remember waking up in the morning and deciding to go to the market. I put on the niqab, which is the Muslim attire that only my face or eyes would show, and I put the passport just right by my waist, and I walked to the market to do grocery shopping. And when I realized that whoever is following me at this point is convinced that I'm actually buying groceries, I jumped into a cab that was going to the capital, where you had to cross a border to get to the other side of the border into Senegal. I got onto a boat, a fishing boat, because I couldn't take the ferry. I crossed with the boat, and then right at the border, I realized I couldn't take the former route because I had to show paperwork. I joined in a big truck that carried livestock like cows and goats, and I squeezed in between two guys in the front seat of the truck, and that's how I found myself in Senegal.
So avuze yuko yaronse telefone y'umukuru w'igihugu imubwira yuko ateza kujayo, hanyuma abyumvise aravuga ati ibintu ni bibiri, swat ndemera ubu uye kacamba nyene slave w'umukuru w'igihugu cyangwa ndahunga. Niho rero yafata umugambi wo guhunga, agenda n'akabato gatonya yinyegeje, yambaye ahantu ibintu batomubona, afata akabato agenda muri Senegal. No babwira yuko kubera story yiwe n'uwabimukoreye yarakomeye, yamaze ngira nk'ukwezi muri Senegal. Igihugu ca Canada cyari cyamaze kumwakira, aricyo gituma ubu ashobora gukora ibi bintu ariko arakora, kuko sinzi ko iyaza kuguma muri Afrika ko hari ikintu cyari gukogwa. Swati bari kumwica kuko ngo baramurondeye cyane gose mu gihugu, police, abasirikare bavuga ko hari umwana mu teenager mu misi yazimiye, alors que c'était faux. Bari bazi ko yahunze, barabimenye kuko n'abavyeyi ntibari bazi n'ivyabaye, mugabo hari abantu bari bazi ko yamaze guhunga. So sinibaza yuko yaza no gufatwa ko ikintu cyari cyabaye n'umukuru w'igihugu uyu muntu baca bamwica.
Can you talk about, we mentioned this briefly, and you've just said again that you fled in part, obviously, because you were called again by a protocol officer to go back. Who were these protocol girls? Why are they called protocol girls? And the fact that after you came out with your own story, the government actually asked for other people to come and testify as well about their experiences. Right. So can you talk about whether you met these other girls who were also assaulted by the former president, and the women who've come forward after you've spoken out? Right.
The protocol girls, their role was very nuanced and very unclear to the rest of the population, but there were girls that worked at the State House to do paperwork or have guests. The State House is where he lives, or
lived?
Where he lived. That is the State
House.
Office and the Presidential Palace.
Mm-hmm. And that's where he lived.
That's where the incident happened, yeah. And the protocol girls did work there, and one of them in particular, called Jimbi Jammeh, was the one who kept in contact with me and invited me to these events, and also tried to get as close to me as she can. The rest of the other girls, I wasn't very well known to them, or I didn't know them because we didn't interact a lot. Some of the other girls that I've met, like as we can see in the report, there are 2 other women that accuse him, but they have decided to remain anonymous. I have met one of them, and I've met other women in private, but again, within the culture that we live in, rape is not something you want to own publicly.
What gave you the courage to say your name?
Because it's my story, because it's my truth, and nobody can tell it better than I can, and it's time for someone to own it. It's time for someone to start the conversation. I did not want to be part of the people that would protect my perpetrator, who I believe have done it to so many other people. Knowing the consequences of it, I wanted to say my name because there are faces and actual human beings behind these stories.
Murumva ikintu avuze ndagira nakibabwira kirakomeye. Avuze ati barambaje ati kubera ikintu ne wabivuze, avuga ati jewe sindi naremeye kubivuga naremeye amakonsekansi kuko amakonsekansi ni menshi uzomurongora bazomubwira ibintu hari ibintu byinshi bica bimushikira yarahite izore muri communauté yiwabo yaraje muri Canada nta numwe yamuraba yaguma yinyegeje murumva konsekansi ni nyinshi nubwo yabivuze gutya parce que abantu ba muri justice kenshi usanga abagabo on se protège entre nous usanga n'ibintu byinshi bica byinjiramwo ugasanga mubuzi mubo mufasha nabo nyine baratinya alors moi je vous encourage il faut kubivuga ushobora no kubivuga anonymously ariko bivuge umuntu je yabivuga ndamwemera sana kuko uba ugomba gusova abandi et en plus uba wisovye kuko uraruhuka nubwo les conséquences ziza tu vas gérer après.
The former dictator with rape?
I charged him with rape.
And the other 2 women whom you mentioned, are they still in the Gambia?
One is not, one is. Yeah.
Now, this is all part of the being raised in the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. I wanted to turn to Sergeant Omar Jallow, a member of the Junglers, Yahya Jammeh's elite hit squad. During Gambia's Truth, Reconciliation, Reparations Commission, Jallow testified on the killing of 56 West African migrants in 2005.
When we arrived at the ground, Solo said these people are mercenaries. The order from the head of state, the former president, Yahya Jammeh, is they are all to be executed.
So that
murumva yuko uyu mugabo Yahya Jammeh yarafise amakosa menshi ibintu byose byabera ku Kirimba abakobwa yabanigira ku Kirimba nibaza yuko rero uyu mukobwa Fatou tuva no kwankuraja arafise website turashaka kuja kwirondera basigara mu activiste akomeye agenda muri ONU agenda bivuga tukizera yuko umunsi umwe Yahya Jammeh azoza imbere y'intahe akamura mu maso akamubwira ati niba gufunge kandi sinkubabarira nuko rero n'ibindi bisigaye birateye ubwoba kuko n'abahungu barabavyuri kuko uravye umuhungu umwe ku bantu 13 barabavyuri b'abahungu murumva yuko vyore ni vyore abapadiri abapasteur abantu b'abagabo guys nta cyoroce nuko rero mubashaka kugira histoire mwivuge reka ndabashiraho nimero simpaka ngo uvuge ngo izina ryawe cyangwa mugabo parler kuko uraremerewe parler. Je vais mettre le numéro et voilà on va se parler plus tard. Donc c'est très dommage, ça fait du mal, mais je vous encourage à parler. Merci beaucoup, à nous revoir.